Yes, sir. Okay.
Hi Preeti, how are you?
Yes, sir. I'm fine. What about you?
I'm good too. Thank you. So can you tell me something about yourself?
Yeah, of course, sir. Sir, I'm Priti Pandey and I'm living in Mumbai. I have done my graduation from UTPG College, and after that, I was teaching, and I like to switch my career in IT field,
Mm-hmm.
and I have done my manual testing course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it about me.
Okay, okay, great. So why are you looking for a job in the testing field?
Uh, because, sir, it is my childhood dream.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so since the beginning you are looking for making your career in the testing field, but any specific reason behind that?
No, sir, there is no any reason. Only it's my childhood dream. I want to become an engineer. That's why.
Okay, okay, great. So whenever this question is asked to you in a real-time interview, why are you looking for a job in testing field? So you can explain them that you are passionate about validating, verifying the applications, the softwares. You are more interested in testing the softwares. You are interested in finding the defects, finding the bugs, improving the quality of the software. And maybe then you can take
Yeah,
some examples of one or two applications which you have tested in-house. Any application, Amazon, Flipkart, Book My Show, right? And then you can showcase them. Okay, see this, these were your observations. Maybe sometime you might find some issue also. So these were your observations that you have done, and that is why you are keen to create your career in the field of testing, right? So everyone has their own dreams, but in a real time interview, we have to explain them more professionally, right? Okay. Now let me give you one scenario, right? So we'll be starting with the real time scenario questions. Okay. Now is my screen visible?
yes, sir.
Do you want me to increase the font size?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Now is it visible?
Yeah, it is
Hmm.
visible.
Hmm. Okay.
It is
See,
visible.
consider this scenario is tomorrow is your project delivery. So you are working in one of the real-time project and you have a project delivery tomorrow. You have a release tomorrow, right? And today your on-site coordinator said that you missed one of the functionality to test. Okay, maybe on-site coordinator you can take as test lead, test manager, QA manager, right? Then what will you reply to him and your manager? Okay, so this is on-site coordinator and QA manager is different, right? So maybe you can take this as lead. So what will you respond to him? So there is one of the functionality which you missed and we have released tomorrow.
So, sir, firstly, I will talk to my test lead.
Mm-hmm.
I will communication with my test lead, and it's my priority to deliver the uh, free bug-free product to the our customer to gain as a customer satisfaction. So, sir, firstly, I will communicate with our testing lead, test manager, QA manager, and after that, we will check that functionality. And then we will deliver to the customer.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. So you have missed this functionality. So on the initial basis, you will have to give reason why that was missed. So you can tell that although it was missed, maybe due to the heavy workload or due to the other test cases, but now you will make sure that it is not missed and you will test it immediately. If there are any bugs, you will report it as soon as possible and you will also coordinate with the dev team, with the developers to make sure that those issues get fixed as soon as possible, right? Once those
Yes.
are fixed,
Yeah.
then you can have a word with your QA manager also that this has been taken care and you are good to go with the release tomorrow. Provided you didn't find any issues. If you find any issues, then maybe it might happen that you might have to stretch a bit and you might have to work some extra because this was a functionality which in which one round of testing was also not done in the initial basis, right? So that's how you
Yes,
can
sir.
deal with this kind of scenario. Okay. Now next scenario is
Mm.
you have 100 test cases with you. right? In an Excel file or with a test management tool, you have 100 test cases. Now client is asking you to execute only 60 test cases. What will you do? Which test case will you choose from the Excel or test management tool?
Uh, Sir, firstly, we check the what is the priority and what is the severity of the bug.
Hmm.
When severity is high, then firstly we will check that test case first, because it is impacted our customer workflow.
Hmm.
So firstly we will focus on what severity of the bug and priority of the bug. After that we will choose another test cases.
Hmm. So severity and priority. So those are the parameters that are related to the bug or defect. You
Yeah,
have to take the test cases which are having high priority,
yeah.
right? So in every
And
test case, yeah, please go ahead.
firstly, we have to focus on high priority test cases.
Hmm, correct. So every test case will have three priorities. One is high, one is medium, one is low priority, right?
Yeah.
So when the client is asking you to execute only 60 test cases, means they need 60% of coverage, right? But at the same time, they also need the confidence from your side that everything is working fine. So you can take the test cases with high priority first, which are impacting the customer, as you were rightly mentioning, the customer flow, those are being impacted. So those test cases you will capture first, you will execute first, right? At the same time, you will also communicate to the client that this is the list of the test cases, sorry, that we are supposed to execute first. And once these are done, then you will be providing the sign off, right? So everything should be in an email, everything should be well communicated, and at the same time you took high priority test cases. Okay,
Okay.
so these are two scenarios. Okay, now let's go for the third scenario based question. Okay, you have received a build on, say, Wednesday. Okay, and you completed the testing, you logged almost, say, 3 issues. Okay, now when you receive the new build on Friday, okay, the dev team is telling that issues are fixed. Okay, but when you test them, you find that still the 3 issues are open only, right? So what will you do? Are you getting the question? Should I repeat?
Yeah, sir, I have getting.
No.
Sir, can you repeat it again?
Yeah, sure. No worries. See, you have received a build on Wednesday, right? You
Yeah.
started testing and you logged 3 issues. Okay. Now, the new build you have received on Friday. So whatever these 3 issues you had logged, you had raised a Jira ticket, and those Jira
Yeah.
tickets have been moved to the resolved state. All these 3 issues are fixed by the developer team, right? So the dev team person has communicated to you that these 3 issues logged by you are fixed. Okay. But when you start testing, so you came to know
Yes.
that these 3 issues are open only. Those are not fixed. So what will you do?
So, sir, firstly, I will talk to, mm, I will communicate with developer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this is not fixed. There
Mm-hmm.
is some issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it is not agree that,
Mm-hmm.
then I will communicate with our project manager.
Okay.
Yeah. If he is not agree,
Mm-hmm.
this is not issue, then I will close. When
Okay.
he is agree, yeah, then I will communicate again.
Okay. So you mean if he's not agreeing, then you will escalate it to the project managers or your QA manager.
Yeah,
Okay. Now,
yeah.
is there any possibility that he might would have fixed the issue, but still the issues are open only. Is there any possibility?
Yes, sir.
Right. So what
Yeah,
is the reason behind that? How can that be possible?
because sir, we are not able to give 100% bug-free software to the customer, but we are trying to give him 100% bug-free software to the customer.
Okay, okay. So see, the question was, is it possible if they have fixed this issue, right?
Yes, sir.
But you haven't received fixes in your build. Is there any possibility? Right? So there is a possibility. So let me help you with the answer. See, there are times when you get deployment issues also, right? For example, they would have done the deployment, they would have done the fixes, but during the deployment, that code might not have gone, and you have received that build. So there is a chance that there is a deployment issue. So it's not only the issue with the developer team. It's not only the issue with the development team. There are these DevOps guys also available in the team, right? Apart from their team. So you have to communicate to both of them, right? It might happen that the dev team has fixed these issues, but in the build, when you have got that build, those issues have not been, the fixes have not gone, their check-ins have not happened properly, right? The latest code has not been pulled, right? So these are the possibilities. So this kind of deployment issues also occur. So what you can do is you can reopen those tickets because those are not working, and you can highlight it to multiple team members along with your QA managers, QA leads. Okay, that's how you can do. Fine. Now, can you give me an example of a defect with low severity and high priority?
Low severity and high priority.
Mm, mm,
Yeah. Yeah. Suppose we are having any log, any website,
mm,
there is a multiple tabs are showing,
mm,
like a home page and uh, home page and there are many tabs are showing, but there is some we are seeing there are some spelling mistake on that tabs.
mm,
So because this is not working, this is not impacted our customer defects, so it is the low severity,
mm,
but it is defect on customer mindset when he will look that uh, login page, so it is impacted our uh, customer mind setup, so this
mm.
is high priority and low severity.
Okay, okay, right. Okay. Now let me share my screen. Okay, so this is one of the e-commerce website, okay, where you can purchase a lot of products are available, right? This is a shopping website. Okay. Now,
Yes.
can you tell me high level test scenarios for this website? How will you test it? High level functional scenarios first, and then we'll come up with the non-functional test scenarios.
Okay. Yes, sir. Firstly, verify the URL. It is
Mm-hmm.
working on different platform browser or not, like
Okay.
uh, Chrome or Mozilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and after that, we will uh, verify the search feature, verify the search feature, and verify the product
Mm-hmm.
and
So what all things you will verify when you are verifying the product?
yes, sir, and verify the and, if we are adding in cart, so it is added or not,
Mm-hmm.
and we are able to purchase whatever we want, and if we are if we are come the icon on that product, it will come or not, and verify the that product which we want, it is displayed or not, and verify it is deliverable or not,
Mm-hmm.
and verify that we are able to payment for this uh, product or not, and yeah, and also we will check uh, what is the image size of the product,
Mm-hmm.
and it is visible clearly or not,
Mm-hmm.
and verify the product name, it is visible or not, and yeah, and all images are, yeah,
What
yeah, and
else?
there is no any alignment issue,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and verify uh, verify how many users purchase the product at a particular of time. This is the non-functional testing.
Okay.
Yeah, these all this I scenarios.
Okay, okay. See, first of all, you can start verification with the, so you mentioned about the link, the website, so that was proper. Then you can start verification with these tabs. You have tabs, you have sub tabs. All these links are working, and are you able to are they redirecting you to the correct page? You should not be getting any 403 or any 500 kind of internal server errors on all these links, right? So that is
Yeah.
one of the basic first test scenario. Then about search. So whenever you are searching, so you can search based on products, you can search based on brands, right? You can try searching some product which is not available. That is one of the negative testing you can do. You can try searching for a brand which is not available. You can try searching for the product which is available. You can try searching for a product which is out of stock, right? You can try searching uh, for a white space, right? What if you enter white space on this search, and then if you click on enter, then what happens, right? Then you can validate this profile details, whatever orders you have done, whatever the gifts card you have, the contact us page, the coupons, all these links are working. Then you have got login
Yeah.
and sign up. So when I say login, so again in that you will have combination of username, password, correct username, correct
Yes.
password, correct username, incorrect password, incorrect username, incorrect password, incorrect username, correct password, right? So these kind of combinations you can test. Then when it comes to
Yes, I
sign up,
forgot.
yeah, sorry, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, some steps I forgot.
No worries, no worries. That's fine. This is a mock interview, but if you get this kind of a question in a real time interview, so you have to speak
Yeah.
up to 5-10 minutes continuously so that the
Yeah.
interviewer can come to know about the knowledge you have about the various testing types that you are aware of, right? So we were
Yeah.
discussing
Yes.
about the sign up thing. So whenever you sign up, so after in the sign up also you can have multiple fields. You will be having like email address, mobile numbers, and then you will be receiving that OTP or the verification link. So
Yes.
once you receive that verification link, you click on that verification link and then you can sign in. Till what time that verification link is active, that also you can check. Then you can check your wish list, that is which products you are
Yeah.
going to purchase, right? So this is about the this top things in the website, okay, that are there in the topmost side. Now let's go below. Again, when you see this, all products are there, right? So let's say if I click on any of one of the product and it is
Yes.
showing up to 80% off. So is that money being deducted as per 80% or it is still showing you the actual price? So that's how you can validate. Then these again all are links, right? All these links are working or not. This copyright is properly written or not. Very soon 2024 will be starting. So this copyright should be updated as per that, right? Then you will have this Google Play option. So what if you want to install this particular app on your mobile? Are you able to
Yeah.
work on that? Is it usable? So mobile based test scenarios, what if you purchase the product from the mobile? What if you get some options on the mobile, right? Auto rotate feature is there. Then scroll options are working in mobile properly or not. So these are all the things that you can cover, right? Then let's go to the checkout option. So let's say if you have purchased any one of this product, right? In the checkout option, you will be having the payment option as well, right? The different options of payment, those are also the test scenarios. Like you can pay via credit card, you can pay via debit card, you can pay via cash on delivery, you can pay on the EMI basis also. It depends on product to product. Then in
Yes.
the negative testing, you can test with the credit card with the insufficient balance. You can test with the debit card with incorrect OTP or PIN. You can test with the Google Pay or UPI payments options with incorrect OTP, right? Or PINs again,
Yes, sir, I understand.
right? So all these things you can cover in this particular test scenarios. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's move to the next question. Okay. Now, let's say you were testing your application yesterday. Okay. And it was working fine. Now, today in the morning, when you come to test that application, when you come to the office and you start testing that particular website or application, so it is very slow. So, what can be the possible reasons behind that?
Uh, uh, uh,
Yeah, you can try. No worries. This is a mock interview. You can try as per your, yeah,
Sir, because we are not trying a recovery testing.
recovery testing. Okay, what is recovery testing?
Recovery testing means we will test to check the software of application. It is recovered from the disaster and crisis. So this is the recovery testing.
Okay, okay. So that is
I think
fine.
here,
Mhm.
yeah, I think load testing.
Load
For
testing.
load testing, it will get slow.
Okay, so you mean someone would have applied the load that,
Yeah,
yeah, but
yeah, sir.
you are a part of testing team, right? If anyone will apply the load, you'll come to know.
Okay.
Mhm. So yesterday when you moved out of office in the evening, the website was working absolutely fine. But today in the morning, you are facing slowness issue. So what can be the possible reason behind that?
Can you help me?
No worries. See, so the correct answer is you will coordinate with the developer team. You'll ask them if they have deployed a new build or not. It might happen that yesterday in the evening that was a separate build. And today morning they would have deployed a new build in which there will be issues with respect to maybe some database related issues. SQL queries might not be working or database itself might not be reachable. There might be an infrastructure issue also. And then there might be, again, as you
So,
mentioned, yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
what is the database testing? Can you
Okay.
explain it?
Okay, database testing is nothing but it is you will be validating whether the records have been inserted properly in the database or not. For example, if you enter a username with your name as
Yeah.
Preeti, right? Then in the database also it is taking that value as it is or not. Then if you enter the password, it will be plain text, but in the database it will be encrypted, right? So those kind of testing you can do with respect to database. So database testing is one kind of a backend testing which a tester will perform. So they will need some access to the database, Oracle, SQL, whichever database has been used, and they can hit the queries and they can find out the records which are being displayed, right? Okay. So yeah, so we were discussing about that question about
Yeah.
the slowness. So you will discuss with the dev team, you will discuss with the infra team. maybe the database connection might not be happening, right? You might be hitting from the front end, but that response you might not be getting from the back end. So those kind of issues might be happening, due to which the application might be slow. If this question is asked to you with respect to the production environment, right? That
Right.
is, the site is already in the production, it has been used by the users, then your answer is absolutely correct. That maybe some particular load has come, or many users might be trying to access that website at a single time. So maybe that can happen, right? Okay, now let's go with one more scenario based question. So this is a website, okay, and the functionality, you are able to see the screen,
Yes, sir.
right? The functionality is you can upload files on this particular page, right? And then you can send them as an email, send them as a link, right? So you need to tell the high level scenarios. How will you test this website?
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, firstly, verify the email. It is like uploaded or not, and
Email, okay. So which
okay, yeah,
this
email.
email? Okay, fine.
Yeah, I try
So
to.
email,
Yeah.
yeah. So email, you have this functionality. So there are basically three major functionalities on this page. One is you can upload the files, you can add the files, you can add folder, right? And how you have to send these files, right? Maybe if you can say some particular documents are there on your laptop which you want to send, you can send them as an email, you can send them as a link. So how you want to send? So these are the major functionalities. Now tell me high level test scenarios for this.
Sir, I don't know.
Yeah, you can try. This is a mock interview.
Document data music.
Okay, so let me help you a bit. What kind of files you are able to upload? Can you test that thing? What kind of files? Different types of files,
Like as
right? So one is the Word document, one is an Excel file. You can also test with the PNG, BMP. You can test with the zip file, right? Then you
yeah,
can test with multiple extensions. For example, in Word document, you will have .doc. You will also have .docx. In Excel, you will have one extension as XLS. You will also have XLM, which is macro based enabled. You will also have XLSX, right? So these are the different extensions that you can test. You can test with a file with uh, uh, maximum. So files up to 5 GB, right? So you can test with
yeah,
up to 5 GB. You can test with zero point 0.1 GB. The boundary value analysis. You can test with one of the file in between the range. You can test a
yeah,
file with a 0 KB. You can test a file with the Chinese characters in it. You can test a file with UTF, Unicode, ANSI characters in it, right? You can write down the message, till what extent this message would be displayed. Maybe it will accept 200 characters, it will accept 500 characters. Does it accept alphanumeric? Does it accept only numeric characters? Does it accept special characters? Right? You can test. You can try to upload files with different versions. For example, you uploaded one file with some text written, right? Then same file again you are trying to upload. Then what happens? You can try to add one single file. You can try to add multiple files. You can try to add single file with single user. You can try to add multiple files with multiple users, single file with multiple users, right? Again, user combinations you can test. And then you can test with this, and again the sign up login buttons are also there. You can check those functionalities are working fine. This when you mouse over on this particular option, are you able to see that particular text which is written? Files are securely uploaded to our servers, right? Those kind of things, right? So that's how you will test. Okay, again in send as link also you can test with email, with Facebook, with the links, with the URLs, those are available, right? So that's how you can test. Okay. Now, what is the difference between smoke testing and sanity testing?
Okay.
Mm,
So in smoke testing, we test the each and every feature of an application at a high level
mm-hmm.
to make sure that it is working fine or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is
And
sanity? Mm,
yes, mm, yes, we do sanity testing to make sure that the the new functionality added in the application is working fine or not. This
mm-hmm.
is yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Any other difference between the two?
yeah. So for smoke testing, when our module is stable, then we go for sanity testing. And
Mm-hmm.
when our module is not stable, then we go for smoke testing. And smoke testing is like a general health checkup, and
Mm,
sanity testing is like a specialized health checkup. And um, yes, and smoke testing done by both developer and tester,
mm.
and sanity testing is done by tester because it is a narrow and deep testing.
Okay, great. So
Yeah,
what is the
and
difference between?
smoke test,
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead. Please
yeah,
go ahead. Mm,
and sir, smoke testing is positive testing, and
mhm.
sanity testing is positive and negative both.
Okay. So is it
Yeah.
possible that you can incorporate negative test scenarios in smoke also?
No, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let this be an open question for the people who are watching this video. Can a smoke test have only positive test cases, or is it possible to have negative test scenarios also in the smoke testing? Okay. Okay. Now, what is the difference between validation and verification?
Yes, sir. Uh, Verification and validation.
Mm.
So for verification, we we yes, sir, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. I want a
Yeah. Yeah.
little bit time.
Yeah. Yeah. No worries. You can take your time to think.
Yes, sir. So verification, we test, we verifying the application,
Mm-hmm.
we verifying the module or application uh, before before develop the software.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we mainly focuses on are we building a product right or not
Mm-hmm.
in verification testing. And validation, uh, and the verification testing is a static process. And uh, uh, for validation, which product are we building is right or not, and it is done when our module has developed. It is a dynamic mechanism.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
verification.
here we yeah
Yeah.
here we here we execute the requirement by looking. Here we execute the module by
Mm.
looking the test case to make sure that it is it is like expected result or not.
Right. Right. So see, verification, it includes checking documents, design codes, and programs. Validation includes
Yeah,
testing, right? Validation is the dynamic testing. Verification is the static testing. It does not include the execution of the code. Validation will include the execution of the code. Then you can also add a point about methods that are used in verification. Those are reviews, walkthroughs, inspections, desk checking. While methods used in validation are black box testing, white box testing, non-functional testing, right? Then verification comes before validation. Validation comes after verification, right? So these are few of the differences that you can highlight, right? Okay, Preeti, I am done with the interview. Thank you so much for coming on our channel. and wish you all the best for your career ahead. Right? Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, sir, can you guide me what and all things I have I need to prepare?
Okay. See, theoretically, your concepts are very strong. You are able to explain pointers like verification, validation, smoke testing, sanity testing, right? What you need to
Yes,
practice is on analytical scenarios. Whenever any
okay, sir.
scenario is given to you, for example, we were discussing about that file upload, then we were discussing about that e-commerce website. So try to come up with more and more test scenarios,
Okay, sir.
right? So you are a fresher.
Yeah, sir, I'm
Okay.
fresher.
So you are looking for a job.
Yes, sir.
Great, great. Yeah. So don't worry. Learn, practice these kind of things. You will get job very soon, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And sir, can you give my feedback?
Yeah. So feedback is positive. You just have to practice on these scenario-based questions. Rest all looks good.
Okay,
Your communication is fine. Just this scenario-based questions like what would be the functional test scenarios? What would be the non-functional test scenarios in this particular case? As we were discussing about those questions, right? File upload. So those things you have to practice,
sir.
right? Okay. Anything else, Preeti?
Sir, can I connect you again in
Yeah, yeah.
some
Sure.
time?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. No worries. So once you are again prepared, then again we will be connecting, right? Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, Preeti.
okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. All the best.
Have a nice day. Thank you, sir.